Hello, everyone. Let me tell you something most people don't realize about PR. Some of the biggest media opportunities don't come from planning, they come from reacting. A major story breaks. Journalists scramble to understand what it means. Experts start sharing opinions, and suddenly, people who weren't even on the media radar yesterday are being quoted in major publications. This is called reactive PR. And when that is done right, it can get you press faster than almost any other PR strategy. But there's a right way to do it and a very wrong way as well. So today we are breaking down how to ethically hijack breaking news without looking opportunistic or desperate. Let's get started. Before we proceed, let's understand what reactive PR actually is. Reactive PR is simple in theory. A major story breaks, you provide expert commentary that helps explain it. That's it. You're not trying to become the story, you are helping journalists understand the story. For example, a major if a major cybersecurity breach happens, a cybersecurity founder might explain how breaches like this happen, or maybe what companies usually get wrong, what consumers should watch for. The journalist now has the context, not just the headlines, and that's exactly what they need. Let's also understand why journalists love reactive PR. Something important to understand about newsroom is that when big stories break, journalists are under extreme time pressure. They have to publish quickly, but they also need credible voices to explain what's happening and why that is happening. This is where reactive PR becomes powerful tool, because if you show up with a clear insight, a short quote, a strong perspective, you make the journalist's job much easier, and journalists remember sources who help them move fast. Reactive PR works because of timing, and timing is very important when it comes to PR, or let's say in this case, reactive PR. Usually, what happens is that the first 12 to 48 hours after news breaks, um, is very crucial and something where the action is actually happening. During this period, newsrooms are searching for expert commentary, industry voices, new angles, and if you wait too long in this peak hour, the story moves on. So, reactive PR rewards something many PR campaigns struggle with, and that is speed. What makes a strong reactive pitch is the next point that we are going to discuss here, because now we understand what it is, why is it important, and the timing part. Now here's the key. Not every reaction is useful. The best reactive commentary usually does one of these three things. First, it explains the why, not just what happened, but why it happened. Second, it adds a surprising perspective, something journalists haven't already heard. Third, it predicts what happens next. Journalists love forward looking insights because it turns a news story into a bigger narrative. Let's talk about the part many people get wrong. Reactive PR should never feel like you are exploiting bad news. For example, if there's a serious crisis or tragedy, turning that moment into brand promotion is a terrible idea. Reactive PR works best when you contribute expertise instead of making it your marketing move or a sales pitch. The goal is to add clarity and not just add attention and promotion. And journalists can instantly tell the difference. Now, the question is how professionals monitor breaking news. Experienced PR professionals don't just wait for news, they watch for it. They monitor industry publications, social media conversations, news alerts, trending topics, because the earlier you see a story, the faster you can contribute inside. And in reactive PR, speed often beats perfection. The hidden advantage of reactive PR, which is something that most people don't realize but is actually very important. which is reactive PR doesn't just get you coverage once, it helps journalists start recognizing your name. If you consistently provide useful commentary on major industry developments, you become something extremely valuable for them, which is a reliable source. You become a reliable and a credible source for the journalist. And when the source is credible and reliable, you will often get contacted again and again by the journalist, sometimes without even pitching at all. Reactive PR is one of the fastest ways to enter media conversations, but it only helps and it only works when you understand the real goal. You are not hijacking the news for attention. You are helping journalists explain what the news means. When you show up with insights, um, your expertise with clarity and speed, you don't just react to stories, you become part of how those stories get told. And that's when PR stops being about chasing media and starts becoming about shaping the conversation. So let me know what are your thoughts on this, and whether you want to chase media or you want to become the part and a credible expert for the news where the coverage gets to you naturally because the journalist now knows you. Let me know your thoughts as usual. If you have any doubts, let us know in the comments box down below, and I will see you in the next one.